Today marks the 40th anniversary to the day that Gough Whitlam led the Australian Labor Party to power in 1972, after 23 years in the political wilderness.
My predecessor, Ben Chifley, spoke of the light on the hill. Ladies and gentlemen, it has flickered in recent years, but it is essential now for us, this week, to set it aflame again.
His commitment to change and reform was summed up in the campaign slogan, "It's time."
Yes, it's time. Time for freedom. Time for moving. It's time to begin. Yes, it's time.
The campaign was ultimately successful, but it was no landslide victory. Labor picked up 8 seats, but only won a 4-seat majority in the House of Representatives. The win put the party in government for the first time in a generation. Once victory was secure, Whitlam had the Governor-General immediately swear him in as Prime Minister and Lance Barnard as his deputy in a 2-person cabinet, dividing up the 27 portfolios between them. It lasted 2 extraordinary weeks before the full cabinet was sworn in. Gough Whitlam was an exceptional orator, well-educated and oozed confidence. He introduced a large number of new programs and major legislative changes during his time in power.
Our program has 3 great aims: to promote equality, to involve the people of Australia in the decision-making processes of our land, and to liberate the talents and uplift the horizons of the Australian people.
He ended conscription and Australia's involvement in the Vietnam War. He recognised China, freed up universities and put in place a national health scheme. Yet for 40 years, the achievements of the Whitlam government have competed for attention with the controversial way he left office.
This sparks a protracted constitutional crisis, which culminates in the Governor-General dismissing the Whitlam government and appointing the opposition minority as caretaker government.
We say, God save the Queen. Because nothing will save the Governor-General.
And the double dissolution election was held on December 13, 1975, at which Fraser won the biggest majority in Australian political history. In Parliament this week, Julia Gillard paid tribute to Whitlam's legacy.
And I recall particularly the example he has given us in the House of a parliamentary career dedicated to the highest of purposes, the public good.
Former Prime Minister Bob Hawke spoke of the legacy of the short-lived Whitlam government in Blacktown last month.
From those opening words, we were presented with a new and compelling currency of policies and ideas that were spelt out so compellingly and eloquently by Gough.
Saying that many of the things that Gough Whitlam introduced were permanently embedded into the Australian political landscape. In government, in opposition and in decades since, Gough Whitlam has remained an ardent, irrepressible and unflagging figure in Australian politics. Whether you love or loathe his time in power, Whitlam had a significant impact on Australian society.